What's up, everybody? How you doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Man, what time I've had. I've missed everybody. Believe it or not, I miss doing all the lives. I actually was saying to Big Mike 135, I feel so odd that I'm not live. I feel so odd I'm not talking to everybody. But hey, we're back. We're better than ever. We're here. What's going on? Let me say hello real first to our good friends, Corey, Mr. Fat Glide in the house. Hello. Big Mike 135. Dean Benedetti. Bry the Biker's in the house. Hello, Bry the Biker. HDAV Traveler. Frogzilla. XAN Biker. DDK. Dean Benedetti. Evil Rick is here. And if I missed you, hello. FaZe is here. Hello, FaZe. Got you. Got everybody here entered in for they want. Well, without further ado, without any more delays and everything, let's bring in the one and only, the fiery little redhead. We all know her and love her as CELTFIRE. Hello, CELTFIRE. How are you?
Hi, pretty good, Dot.
Good to see you. Good to see you. So you got this little adventure you're doing here. We talked about on the members only live quite a few weeks ago. And we talked about doing this tonight, trying to help you out, which is awesome. So let me ask you, what is this little 400-mile adventure you want to do? Okay. Or you're going to do?
Yes. So I came across this charity ride on Facebook, of all places. And, you have to be careful on Facebook. There's a lot of scams and frauds out there. So I saw this and it said, 400-mile motorcycle challenge for an organization called Stop Soldier Suicide. And I said, let me see what this is about, and looked into it. And then I did my research on the organization itself and verified that is an actual organization that is a 401c3 charity organization that was founded in 2010 by 3 U.S. Army veterans, Nick Black, Brian Kinsella, and Craig Grindell. They returned from their service and noticed that they were still losing their brothers and sisters and felt the call to start trying to do something about it. So, so they run a couple of Facebook fundraiser events. One is a 31-mile run walk challenge, and then the other one is the 400-mile motorcycle challenge. So that's what they're doing this year, and they run them. I think they run them periodically. That's where most of their donations come in from.
So you're going to do the 31-mile run?
No. No, I can do the 400-mile ride way easier.
Yes, I agree. I don't know why anybody would want to run 31 miles when you can either drive or ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is awesome. And it's to prevent veteran suicide, right?
Yes.
So how do these donations prevent veteran suicide?
Okay. So they have several different programs running. Some of it is research. They have some goals. I've kind of made some notes about what their vision statement, their mission statement. Their vision statement is a nation where service members and veterans have no greater risk for suicide than any other American. And their mission is to reduce service member and veteran suicide by using enhanced data insights, focused client acquisition, and suicide-specific intervention services. So one of the things they do is called the Roger program, Roger Wellness. And they have a phone number for service members who are in crisis. That phone number is 984-207-1314. And after getting some negative feedback on Facebook and online about the organization, that it might be a scam or something like that, I did call this line to see, am I going to be connected with a counselor? Am I going to, and I'm not pretending anything. I called and it connected me to a live person immediately. And he was very kind and very informative. He said, yes, we 100%. This is a genuine service and a genuine organization. And yes, they do run Facebook challenges to fund and earn money. And I told him, I said, would the organization mind me going online and promoting their material? And he said, any promotion is good promotion. Yes, please. So they are licensed and certified trained counselors who are trained specifically by in behavioral health with the veteran in mind.
Right on, right on. So, hello, Zach. The Veteran Podcast is in the house.
Yeah.
So they take this money to help pay the counselors to help these veterans. So it's no cost to them. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, and it's also they also do research. So they have a project called the Black Box Project. Basically, what that is this is after the fact. So if you have a friend or loved one who's a veteran who ended up committing suicide, they ask that they get the person's personal devices, phones, computers, simply for research to find out if there are any red flags or triggers or behaviors that are patterns that may lead up to a service member committing suicide. So it's kind of a retroactive research on, okay, can we identify these factors? And that's really beneficial for the counselors to know this too, so that they can look for red flags when they speak to these soldiers that are in crisis and say, oh, he said this, or he, or she alluded to this, and this is something that we have seen as evidence from previous research that may be leading up to this person is in desperate need of intervention.
Now, this is a great thing you're doing for a veteran community, which I'm part of. What is your tie to the veteran community, out of curiosity, that you're so passionate about help prevent veteran suicide?
Well, I do. My grandfather served in the Army, and my father served. Of course, my father won the unlucky lottery, what I call the draft. So he did his 4 years and peaced out. I just have a great respect for people who choose to sacrifice not only themselves. I have respect for you, Doc. I thank you so much for your service.
Thank you. And thank you for doing what you're doing here to help my brothers and sisters in arms. I mean, it really goes a long way. I've lost quite a few people to suicide post deployments, and it's really tough on everybody. And I used to sit there and think that suicide was a very, very selfish act, that they were thinking about themselves, until somebody who commits suicide because they lost the battles with their demons from PTSD, whether it's combat related or not. And you sit there and go, wow, how bad were their demons that was the only way out? I mean, quick story. There's this gentleman who was a Black Hawk pilot. His name is Captain Ouellette. Great guy, awesome pilot. Served a couple of tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, had the support system around him, was going to the therapists and psychologists. He would come home, his 3 little girls run up to him and yell daddy and tackle him in the yard, give him all the love that needed. His wife was very supportive, and yet suicide was his only way out. So it made me wonder how bad were his demons. And it wasn't a selfless act. It was his only way out of this nightmare that he was living. And it hit home for me. And then when I was in Afghanistan, my last tour, one of my door gunners from Iraq committed suicide. And that was Robbie Robinson, and such a good dude. But, it really, really hits home at that point. It's, really changed my mind about it. So thank you for doing this. It's very personal to me, because, like I said, I've lost some brothers and sisters to suicide, because they lost their demons to it. So when is the deadline for donations? And do we have a link that you could put up in the private chat I could share?
Oh, yes. It's actually just the link to my Facebook page. Running the challenge on my Facebook page.
Okay, put it in the private chat and I'll put it up.
All right.
Hello, Rolling Throttle. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in tonight. Another veteran, Rolling Throttle.
Thank you.
Spent some great time with him down in Daytona and Tweedle. Awesome time, of course, with Big Mike 135. Had a great time with him down in Daytona as well. And I'm still working on the creamsicle moonshine that I made for Daytona. So
that's some potent stuff.
Delicious, dangerously delicious. By the end of tonight, I might be on the floor.
Oh, goodness.
We'll see. Hope not, but we'll see. So now, when are you doing this 400-mile ride?
So it's actually going on the whole month of March. And I'm trying to figure out how to. Oh, I could just copy and paste that. Sorry. It's kind of the honor system. So the challenge itself is not a specific time or place or date or in a specific manner. You could either tally up all your miles for the month or you can do a ride. So initially I wanted to ride this weekend, but there's going to be some inclement weather. Wanted to go to Pigeon Forge. That's over 400 miles. But it looks like I may have to do it next weekend and break it up. So it'll be 270 miles out, stay the night in a hotel, and 270 miles back.
Yeah, right on. So we look forward to seeing the videos, because I'm sure you're going to record it with that awesome Insta360.
Absolutely. Wonderful camera.
So if anybody wants to make a donation, I already donated $100 to this. Big Mike has already donated a whole bunch of $100 as well, and a lot of other people. She's already raised $601. Her goal is to raise $2,000. So there is the link. If you wanted to make a donation, every dollar helps. Go ahead, follow that link. Come on back. Make your follow that link. Make your donation and come on back. We'd love to help CELTFIRE out as much as we can. She's one of our sisters, and this is an awesome event she's doing. And let me ask you, what bike are you taking? Are you taking the Road King or the Sportster?
The Road King.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So you're going to ride out to Pigeon Forge.
No, I'm going to ride out to Whitville, Virginia.
Whitville. Never heard of Whitville.
Whitville, Virginia is quite close to one of our friends, and I'm going to maybe meet up with him and his wife and have lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of ours that rides motorcycles.
Yep. So Factlight says you're going to need new tires, or you're going to have new tires for that ride.
Oh, yes. I have an appointment tomorrow to go.
Excellent.
To Harley. Harley's running a special, like $200 off tire install, or $100 if you get one, $200 for two. So
there you go. That's awesome. So look, even S&S is on it. He's like, here it is. Boom. He's got the link all ready to go.
Thank you. Let me know if there's problems with that. But yeah.
Yeah, if there's a problem with the link, somebody please let us know. Really like to help Stacy increase that $601 to help reach her goal of $2,000. She was originally starting with a $400 goal, and we crushed that goal on a members only live. And we talked her into raising it to $2,000. And here's hopes we could do that. every little bit helps. If you could donate $1, that'd be great. If you can't, we understand. It's times are tough.
Yeah, and I tell you,
again,
Doc, I'm sorry. I wanted to tell you, thank you so much. You've with your help, I got into the second slot for donations.
Yeah, right. So you're ranked number 2 for the donations so far, and they have almost reached their goal of 150,000. I think it is.
Yes, they're at 119,000 right now for their goal,
Excellent.
and they're only halfway through the month. So I'm very excited.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So this organization, they're legit 501c3.
Yes, and they've been ranked on some of the charity websites, ranking websites. There's Charity Navigator has ranked them, I think, a 4 out of 5 star charity. For they also, on their website, they also post all their financials, so you can get their financials right off of their website.
Yep.
Where the money goes and how they spend it. They're very transparent.
So just PA Bikers off. They're doing a bike night tonight to help out veterans as well.
Oh, awesome.
It's at the Greenwood Tavern at 6880 Chambersburg Road in Fayetteville, PA. Nice. So it starts at 5 p.m. till whenever. They have door prizes, giveaways, and more. So if you're around that area, you want to head out to there and support veterans, please do so. It's a great event. I've never been, but it's to help veterans. That's what makes it great. Hey, behind the bars, how you doing? Missed you in Daytona, guys. Mr. Tweedled's in the house for shoes for the Daytona Drift. Oh, man. All right. So you're going to take this 400-mile ride. You're going to document it with the Insta360.
Yes.
Charge up all the batteries. Highly recommend that.
Will do.
Yeah. And they're going to do another one on April 12th. Prevent veteran suicide as well. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. Motorbob Virginia's here. Awesome. So tell us more about this amazing company.
So I'd actually like to show you if that's okay.
Yeah, let's video. Share the video and I'll put it up. We can all watch it. It's a 2-minute video, so it's not that long. You have to, go to present on the bottom.
It's telling me I need to change my settings here. There. Sorry. 1 second.
Tweedle, you're just bad. You're a bad boy, Tweedle. Really are. It's like, seems like both things are working perfect. I'm glad to hear that.
Let's see.
So is Fat Light going to make the ride with you?
I would like him to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try this again. I apologize.
No worries. No worries. I'm waiting for it to pop up. We'll share it. We'll watch it and go from there. And
can you see it now?
Let's see. Add it to stage. There it is. Go ahead and click the play.
Working here provides meaning, provides a sense of purpose, and it's literally saving lives. And I work here because my best friend's a veteran. My dad's a veteran. And I've seen through too many stories that nobody's uncomfortable.
It's selfishly helped me through some of my grieving process. And it's also allowed me to learn more about this crisis and this issue that has deeply impacted me, my family.
Working with this community was personal and very exciting to think about being able to give back to the people who have used me. My cousin took his life at the end of his high school years, and so he had his whole life ahead of him. And to think about what he went through leading up to making that decision really is something that has impacted our family longstanding. My being able to come work here was a way for me to understand.
When I had heard about the work that we do here, where we eliminate barriers, there's no cost, the ability to get care in immediate time, there was just no way I couldn't wrap my arms around this mission.
Stop Soldier Suicide's been helpful to me because of my military service. I know a lot of people who serve in the National Guard who it's a major friction point. Their civilian job is not as friendly to their service as Stop Soldier Suicide is. And I think my military service here is seen as an asset, not a liability. And they've been incredibly flexible and appreciative of, the different insights and value that I bring as someone who's actively serving today. To learn more, visit stopsoldiersuicide.org.
Wow. Wow. That is something. That really is. It hits home for me. It really does. I'm glad they're doing that and, helping out veterans. Now, do they just help the local veterans or do they reach out nationwide?
They are nationwide organization.
Okay.
Yes, they are. Most of their programs are done through telephone and through like telehealth. But what they all do is if they need something immediate and in person, they partner with and different resource entities like the different there's some national clinical partnerships. Face the Fight, founded by the USAA, Atrium Health, which it has at 40 hospitals and more than 1,400 locations, primary care referral process, and veteran risks management. There's another organization called VetTix, that provide tickets to events to reduce stress, strengthen family bonds, and that kind of thing. They offer those for military service members. And Boot Camp Campaign, which is a PTSD and traumatic brain injury, insomnia, chronic pain, substance abuse, nutrition, and fitness care clinical resource. So they do like connect service member. If you're not in their area, they can connect you with resources in your local area.
Awesome. Now, you being a nurse, right there in Virginia, there's a lot of military bases around you. You got Norfolk Naval Base, you got Fort Eustis, you got Fort Lee.
Fort Lee, right down the road.
Yep. Just to name a few. Have you worked with any veterans that, were in crisis mode or anything like that?
I work on the medical side, so I don't get to see a lot of the behavioral health side, but we do have a military unit at the hospital that I work at that was specifically set up because we noticed that there was a specific need for military mental health to be separate from your basic mental health.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because then they can tailor it to their specific, because they found that, military personnel with mental health issues tend to present with similar problems. So grouping them together and getting them away from the more chaotic side of mental health was more important and better for their outcomes. So
well, I could tell everybody from personal experience, PTSD is not something you get cured from.
No.
You just learn different coping skills and different ways to deal with the triggers. And things like that. And it's not easy because now you got to relearn your life, and it's a lot of work. It really is. And for any of these mental health providers and hospitals and medical personnel that are doing the job and helping out our veterans, which I feel today, the veterans are forgotten today. 10 years ago, they were up front. Everybody was there to help. But now, the wars aren't in the paper anymore. They're not, trending news. So people forgotten or just don't care anymore,
Yeah. I remember when I was, when I was coming out of high school, the Yellow Ribbon campaign.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was for soldiers deployed to come home safe.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And now the green light campaign, we run a green light on our front porch, and that's, to signify veterans live here.
Yeah.
So it's a real thing that people don't really get behind and support anymore. And it's sad because it's not the, trending thing on the news.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, people that are deployed that have to go and serve during times of conflict, they're subject to things that no human being should have to witness or have to do. And to come and those levels of stress, they don't go away very easily, and they leave their mark, and sometimes it's hard to get away from that.
Yep. So let's get off the somber stuff and start talking about the exciting stuff. This ride, 400 miles. Once someone makes the donation, they are already getting the money, right?
Yes. It goes. I don't touch any of that. It goes directly to them.
Okay. So they got their money already, whether you do the 400 miles or not. It's
right.
Basically,
Yeah.
It's at the honor system. And I have no doubt in my mind you're going to do that ride because, one, you love to ride, and two, now you got a reason to ride, and it's a good reason to ride.
Exactly. Oh, I don't need a reason, but yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
The X-Man's got it right. It never goes away. It gets masked often, but never goes away. That is very true.
No.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, you guys couldn't make it down. Let's see. Yep, never goes away. Yeah, HR abbreviations for harassment. But so 400 miles, and you have to do it within a 24-hour period, or
some people are doing it all month. It's the month of March. So some people are just tallying they cleared their trip odometers and on March 1st and just started recording the miles until they reach 400. But me, I want to make an event out of it. So I would love to be able to do it 400 in one long shot. That would be great. But
that'd be a great ride. 400 miles in one shot, done.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're going to be riding with Fat Clyde, the love of your life, and
Yeah, well, now he's on a nice, comfortable setup. So.
Oh, Drew, no worries, man. It's done. It's a dead issue with me. So, yeah. So let him know that, hey, no harm, no foul, man. Yeah, I was helping out the drifter drags with crowd control, and I was pushing people back that were not supposed to be in the area, and it became a little bit of a thing, but it got ironed out. But hello, Miss Penny, my favorite Southern Belle of all the Southern Belles I know. He's my favorite. Sorry, CELTFIRE.
That's okay. I'm a Southern.
You're an Ohio girl.
I am Northern born and Southern bred.
Yep. So you're not a Southern Belle.
No, I'm a transplant.
You're one of the damn Yankees. One of the Yankees that moves south and never leaves.
I'm all the good parts.
That's okay. So cool. 400 miles for veterans suicide awareness and prevention on your beautiful road, King.
Yes.
And Tom will be right there with you as a backpack.
Yes. No.
I can see Tom holding on. Left turn, right turn, speed
Yeah.
up, slow down. Oh, that'd be funny.
Like a horse on the reins.
Yep. Yep. That'd be kind of funny. I don't know if you'd make 400 miles doing that.
Squeeze the left boot, go left.
Yeah, exactly. Which would be awesome. Cool. So tell us your goals of all of this. All right. So your goal is, of course, raise as much money as you can, ride the 400 miles. You talked about your ties to veterans and your passion behind it. I want to hear more about your passion behind it.
My goal is to help reduce that 22 a day, because I have not only, like you said, my dad, my grandfather, I have family, but I also have a lot of friends, including you, that I call family, that
Exactly.
I really care about, and if I want them to know that I understand and that I want to be there. A lot of times we don't get to be there when it really counts. And
I always say it's just a phone call away to prevent, because just because you don't hear from them, like there's people I serve with that I don't hear from for months, and then all of a sudden is pop in, so I should give them a call.
yeah,
And that one phone call, of course, all men say, how you doing? I'm fine, I'm great, but are they really?
yeah,
And that's when you know a brother, and things aren't right. And that one phone call could make the difference of him living another day.
yeah. Check in on your friends often.
Absolutely.
In this digital age, we've gotten so much closer, yet so much more isolated.
Yes. Yeah, it's so easy to reach out on Facebook or Instagram and say, hey, what's up? And because people, or text, people have gotten away from making that phone call. And that phone call, the voice on the other end is what makes the difference. And a lot of people have forgotten about that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have forgotten about the veterans, which I think is very, very sad. And that's why I'm building this chopper, is to help homeless veterans, which is another forgotten part of our veteran community. So does this organization have any success stories?
Yes, they do.
Do you have a video?
I was gonna say, do I have a video? I have a video queued up about their Roger Wellness program, and I have a video queued up about their firearm safety program as well. So.
Nice. Well, some states that when first diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, they will actually do a welfare check and want to know where all the firearms in the house, and how do you have access to them?
Yeah.
So it's a real thing. So let's see this video you got that explains the program.
Yes.
Let's share that right up. Yeah, Penny, Mob in the Mountains, I think, is when everybody's going to be getting together. It's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. And, it's that Mob is going to be a great time. If you're not planning on going, you should be there. Just saying. So go ahead and hit play.
Nearly half of all veterans own one or more firearms, and the majority of them say they do so as a form of protection. Yet each day, 17 veterans die by suicide, and 12 of those include a firearm. In North Carolina alone, 78% of all veteran suicides are from firearms. Honestly, I can't seem to understand the disconnect between how much training we had with our weapons and how those practices seem to dissipate with weapons in our own home. I used to keep a 1911 45 loaded on my bedside stand right up until my son was born. Being raised in the military and spending a lot of time in combat, I am naturally inclined to want to protect my family. My son is a protective factor. Really, my biggest motivator for securing a firearm is so he doesn't accidentally access that firearm, or if his friend does. It's a responsibility to ensure that he knows how to safely use and handle a firearm. It was something that was taught to me very young, and I have taken the same course with my son. I carry a firearm nearly every day, but when I'm done being prepared for the unthinkable in society, I secure my firearm at night to prevent the most likely threat to myself. My own hands. Evidence shows that the decision to end one's life is often very short. Even adding a few seconds between the decision to fire and the action of firing can and does save a life.
Help prevent suicide by securing your firearms with the gun lock. Follow these simple steps. After using your firearm, make sure your weapon is clear by removing the magazine and checking the chamber. Stretch out the cable and feed it into the chamber.
Just stop it there.
Wow. Wow. That is awesome. Because I remember the VA would give away those gun locks.
Mm-hmm.
They would ask you how many weapons do you have, and you tell them, and they would give you those gun locks to put them in your weapons at home. Honestly, I don't have them, or I have them, I just don't use them. You know. Yeah, rolling through. I was like, don't forget to stretch your cable. But yeah, wow, that's interesting. That's very, very good and very to the point. That few seconds could be the difference between suicide or not. That few seconds of thought, you know. Because I've struggled with it myself after multiple deployments, and my savior was at my desk at work as a picture of my wife. And I look at her and I look at the picture and I sit there and says, I would miss out on a lifetime of adventures with her and memories that are yet to be made. And that split second made the difference to me.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you got to find each veteran has to find what works for them.
Yeah. And that's, like they said, every second counts.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And literally, that literally was a second. Boom. You know, that 1 second of looking at my wife's picture and then remembering all the great memories I have with my wife, and then sitting there going, I would miss out on a lifetime of memories yet to be made. And that was, God, maybe 6 years ago. So I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for my wife's picture at my desk.
Well, I would be very sad.
Yeah. It's a real thing. It really is. And, that's why I plug really deep into the veteran community as well as I do the motorcycle community. As plugged I am into the motorcycle community, I'm as plugged into the veteran community as much. So.
Yeah, I have not served in the military. And my grandfather was career military, but my father was not. He just served his 4 years and after the draft. But I do have an immense respect for our military, and I see, because we do live so close to Fort Greg Adams, who used to be Fort Lee. And I see the soldiers in their uniforms, and I take the opportunity every time I can to say thank you so much for your service, because it does mean a lot.
Yep. Hello, Writing on Threes. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. Same thing with Mr. Steve Turner. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. So yeah, I mean, this is something that's important, and you know, we always say, you know, thank our veterans or thank you for your service, but as a veteran, I get tired of hearing it because it was a job, and all the veterans sit there and says, look, it was a job. I went and did a job, and don't thank me for doing my job. Somebody said to me, you know, I'm a hero because, you know, I've deployed many times. I'm sitting there, I'm no hero. And then we were talking to a gentleman who, you know, who's got TBIs, who almost lost his foot and all that from an IED. And I looked down and said, no, that's a hero, not me.
Yeah, my dad was, because he was drafted. He didn't choose to go in. He served 4 years and got out. And he told me, he said, I don't deserve. He felt like he didn't deserve the recognition for it because he said, I never deployed. I didn't go overseas. You know, I was just a file clerk. And I said, just a file clerk. I said, you still did an important job. You know, you were there doing something that needed to be done, just like the cook, just like the guy that prints the paychecks for the soldiers. You just like, you know, a combat photographer. You know, you're out there snapping pictures, but you're doing it for a reason and a purpose.
Yep.
It's very important. You know, you're not, you know, out in combat actually shooting and you know, taking fire, but you still have an important role.
Yeah. See, my answer is exactly, to me, it was just part of life and being in the military. I grew up in the military, a military brat. It was all I knew, which is why when someone says it's awkward to me, yeah, so thank you. It's awkward to them. Yeah, it's literally, you're there to do a job. I mean, I had a great job in the military. You know, I got to fly on Chinook helicopters as a flight engineer, and so that was a great job. You know, I wasn't kicking in doors or disarming IEDs or anything like that. Thank God. Wouldn't want to do those jobs, but I would thank every single one of them that did that job because they did a job I didn't want to do. That's a tough job. Military police officers were kicking in doors in Iraq and Afghanistan. That's a tough job because you don't know what you're going to find on the other side of that door.
Yeah, well, for those of us like me who were interested but never had the guts to sign up, we thank you. Those of us who had the nerve.
They paid me to play with helicopters. I mean, come on, who wouldn't want that job? I mean, my office was usually at 1,000 to 1,500 feet, you know, flying around, you know, 4 to 6 hours a day.
And you ride motorcycles at home. You are adrenaline junkie.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Let's see. Here you go. 19,000 from 1 to 30 AR reflag to 3-1. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I was active duty. I was with A2nd Airborne Division, 66 Air Cav, 3rd Armored Division, 2nd Battalion, 227th Aviation, Hanau, Germany. Connecticut Guard, I was with the 104th Aviation and with the 1109th PASM G, which is a theater aviation maintenance support group. That's a mouthful, you know?
That's kind of like when I talk to somebody about medical and I start using all of our abbreviations, they're like, what are you talking about? I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah. But I'm happy to see that renaming Fort Bragg back to Fort Bragg.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like they, you know, Fort AP Hill. was renamed Fort Walker, and I hope they keep that one. It was named after an Army nurse.
Yes, an Army nurse. I think
Walker.
he also received a Medal of Honor or a Silver Star or something like that.
Yeah, we learned about her in nursing school. She's part of our nursing history. So I'd like to keep AP Hill as Fort Walker.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. 19 kilo, a tanker. Oh, on the Abrams. Yeah. Again, that's a job I wouldn't want to do, man. It's got to be hot and sweaty and smelly in those tanks, and I don't want to be. It was hot, sweaty, and smelly in the helicopters, but you know, I can't imagine being in a tank all buttoned up. You know. Oh, geez. Okay. Yep. I retired out of the military, but I didn't get hurt. My wife is a military police officer. She served as an MP. Yep. Oh, wow. 519th Maintenance Company. So, yes, there's a lot of veterans here.
Thank you, Xan, for your
service.
service.
Thank you. 344th Ed Battalion. That's
thank
right.
you, Mel, for your service.
Yeah. Let's take a look and see where you're at with donations right now. Kind of curious because I just looked not too long ago. It was $662. And we're still at $662, which is not bad. That's $61 more than we had before we started.
Yeah.
You know?
It's going on all month too, so.
Yes. So, hey, if you can't right now, understandable, but if you can in the future before the end of March, please do so and help out Miss CELTFIRE.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything from this. It's all going directly to them. I just signed up for the challenge, and
it's costing you money and gas.
Yes. Yep.
No one's giving you any money for gas or anything like that.
No, and I'm going to be donating as well.
Nice.
I'm getting a T-shirt out of the deal.
Hey, gotta have the T-shirt.
Yep. Yeah, it just got shipped, so I was kind of I was looking to see, will it get here for tonight and I can wear it, but it should be here by the time I do my ride. So
yep. See, look at DDK. Come on, people, get over and donate for a very good cause. Every dollar helps. Every dollar helps. You know, skip your morning latte at Starbucks tomorrow. You know, just to help out. You could go without one latte for a day. See,
Sorry, I did call the Roger Wellness Crisis Line just to see if I would be connected with a real person, and I was almost immediately. I think it was on the second ring, and he was very kind and very informative, and he says, "Yes, ma'am, we are 100% legitimate organization. And I am one of the counselors that is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by phone to talk to anybody in crisis." He said, "Normally, I'm talking to people in crisis." I said, "Yes, I understand. And I'm sorry, but I just wanted to call and get some information from you." So he was very nice. He said, "You're not wasting my time, ma'am."
Yep.
He said, and he told me, I said, "Well, I'm going to be going online. Would the organization mind if I use some of their materials?" He said, "And any talking about our organization is fine with us."
Good night, Frog.
Good night, Frogzilla.
I hope he's doing well with his situation.
Yeah.
It takes a while for it. Yep. Because Writing on 3 just made a donation, he said. So that's awesome. Thank you very much. Vets helping vets. And that's what we do. We help each other out the best we can, as often as we can. Yep. Oh, we're up to $724.
Nice. Yay.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yep. So it has updated. I just refreshed the page and it came up. Bingo.
Fantastic.
That is fantastic. That's awesome. That's one thing I love about our community is that, we're very giving and loving and supportive of each other. And that's the best. And you can't go wrong with that. You really can't.
Nope, not at all. And I appreciate everybody's how, like I said, I didn't get anything out of this except for supporting a good cause.
Shifted like Helen Keller. So, are you going to do this rain or shine, or you have a rain date scheduled?
I think I'm going to do it rain or shine. I think, hopefully, it won't rain too bad. But yeah, I think it's the weekend of I think it's the 21st and 22nd, Saturday and Sunday. March. Yeah, I got to get it done before the end of March.
Yeah, right on. Right on. So SNS is going to put the link, if you can remember, into Mike Ball's live tomorrow morning.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yes, I don't get to catch Mike Ball, the real deal. I don't get to catch his morning lives because I'm usually at work. So
yeah. See, Evil Rick says he can't donate. He's not on Facebook. Understandable. And I try and catch Mike Ball's live when I can at work, but lately, me not being around the past 2 weeks, but work has just been so busy, I just can't sit down and watch it. And unfortunately, but I catch it later on,
Yeah. So how was the ride back, Doc?
Good. It was long, but good. Good night, Dom. Thanks for coming in and hanging out.
Thank you, Dom.
If you guys ever get a chance, check out the Route 32 riding gear website, or if you're there in New Hope, Pennsylvania, go ahead and check out Route 32. It's a great little store. And Dom's a great dude. He's a big supporter of a lot of people here on YouTube. And we try and support him as much as we can.
Yes. And now more so because he took a hit recently.
Yeah. Yep. He had the flood and then the sign and wow. Yeah, Dom has some badass helmets. Yes, he does. But he needs to keep water in the store. Just saying.
Didn't ruin too much inventory, I hope.
Yeah. No, he did. Not at all. Not at all. Let's see. At least my fold down. Yeah, neither did my handlebars either. Hey, Jason Busey. Hello. Unknown fact, while CELTFIRE is only 5'2", she still is about 10 feet taller than Dallas. Jason Busey for the win. Wow. Look at Evil Rick. I will pass that on, Evil Rick.
Oh gosh, thank you.
To CELTFIRE for the $50. Absolutely, I'll be happy to do that. Thank you so much. Wow, that's awesome.
Thank you.
We will pass that on. I don't have my card with me, but I will do that later tonight when we end this. I will get up there and drop that $50 in there for Mrs. CELTFIRE. But thank you so much, Evil Rick. You rock. I tell you, big supporter right there of everybody and anybody. You find a random live, Evil Rick's in there.
He's an awesome guy.
He is. And when you look at him, you sit there and say, man, he's seen and done some shit in his life.
Yep. Say we've already got him and I and Fat Glide already have stories to tell about our hanging out together.
Oh yeah. And so do I from Mobbin last year, and I'm looking forward to more time with Evil Rick this year at Mobbin Mountains. Oh, look, another $50 from JC Busey. I will pass that on. So there's $100. I will eat the third that YouTube takes. So, hey, good night, Mr. Bacuccio. Thank you very much for hanging out. Yeah, work does come early in the morning. And tomorrow's my first day back to work since the 26th. Not really looking forward to it.
Oh, no.
Well, I got to go back.
I know.
Got to go back. And fun fact is, on our way down to Daytona, we stopped and had a quick snack with Fat Glide and CELTFIRE, which was awesome. It's become a tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Did it 2 years in a row. Now,
I got a bottle of some moonshine.
Not just any moonshine, creamsicle moonshine that yours truly made that I've been sipping on. And I'm starting to feel a little woozy right now because it's dangerously delicious.
It is, especially in slushy form.
I got to try that. I got some. I think I'll throw it in the freezer. I'm going to try it slushy form.
Oh, Corey posted the link directly to the donation. Thank you.
Yep. Like I said, I'll be doing that tonight. After this is over, I'll go get my wallet, bring it up, and do that. $100. Nice. Let's see. I need to make me some of that shine. Yeah, it's good. I put the recipe in the description of the video. It's under members only. You won't be able to watch the video, but be able to read the description and get the recipe right from there.
Yep.
Let's see. Is all that moonshine gone? No, it's not gone yet. Not gone that. I gave them a full quart.
Alcohol doesn't last around here.
Wow, let's make it a triple play. Guns and Bagger says there's another 50.
Thank you, Mike.
Wow, man, you guys are awesome. So we got $150 going to Stacy tonight.
That would be really cool
for the donation.
So Stop Soldier Suicide has 2 offices in North Carolina, and since that's close by, I might be taking a riding motorcycle trip down there just to meet these guys in person, or at least somebody that works there in person.
That would be awesome. And record it too, because that'd be awesome video for you to put up. You know, if you could do that and tie it into your 400-mile ride, that'd be awesome. Or 2 separate videos would be great too.
Yep, I might do that.
That'd be awesome. Swing by the camper at Mobbin. I think Rick will be close by. Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait for Mob in the Mountains.
Yeah,
I really can't. In June, it's going to be a great time. There will be some creamsicle moonshine for everybody. What I'm doing is we're going to be doing on one of the nights, we're going to be doing hot dog sales. It's all going to be Blackie's hot dogs, and they're selling for $2 a piece. And what we're doing is we're taking all the profits from the hot dogs, because it's getting expensive for me to bring Blackie's. It's everywhere. All the profits from the Blackie's hot dogs are going to go towards Drew's Veterans Organization as well as a donation. So, and let me tell you, $2 for a Blackie's hot dog is a really good deal. Yeah. Is staying in the cabins, Guns is nice. Yeah. Riding on Threes, can't wait for mobbing. Hey, Tito's here. Hola, Tito. Hey.
Oh.
That's where I got the moonshine from, was from Tito. It's Puerto Rican moonshine. It's not store-bought.
Thank you, Tito.
Yeah. You know it's real stuff when it comes to you in a gallon jug of Carlo Rossi wine. A Carlo Rossi wine jug. You know? So you got one more video you want to share with us on this?
Yes, this is about their Roger Wellness Program.
Okay, cool. Want to see that? You'll be there, Drew. You have no choice. All right, so let's add this to the stage, make it full screen. There we go.
We want to help our service members rediscover a life worth living. And every day at Stop Soldier Suicide, we know that that's possible. At Roger, we want to come alongside of you and help you with finding purpose for your personal story. We're not afraid to talk about hard stuff. What makes our process different is that we don't have to jump to those extremely limiting conclusions. We have the ability here, based on how our program is created, to really treat the individual as an individual.
We have a pretty diverse group of clinicians. Some have served, some have not. We have an extensive training process. I'd like to think it really sets our clinicians up for success in meeting veterans and the military community where they're at.
We will work together collaboratively with a service member or a veteran to walk through what are the things that they personally need and how can we help meet those needs. They've tried it all. They've reached out, or maybe they've even isolated, and they're not really finding what they need. That's usually when we come into play. You may think you know what someone needs, or think you know the best things to do for them in the beginning, but then that story keeps unfolding. What we're actually doing is teaching people that they have self-management strategies, that they have support, that they have the things that they need inside of themselves to save themselves. Please visit goroger.org to get help.
Wow. Wow. Now, big shout out to Evil Rick. 30% of 50 is 15 maybe, and 30% of 15 is 450. I'm covering what YouTube takes. Thank you very much. And you know what? I really appreciate that. Doesn't matter to me because it's all going to a good cause. Really, it does. It doesn't matter to me because it all goes to a good cause, and I appreciate you doing that. Much love, respect to Evil Rick. You know, coming in clutch. He's the man. You know, he is the man. Let's see. I make boozy chocolate shakes.
Oh, I'll take one or three.
Now you'll take one now. Get to work, Tom. She's thirsty.
Oh, I'm drinking flavored water.
You got work tomorrow, just like I do.
Yes. On my 9th straight day in a row.
9 straight days. Ooh, that's a long week.
Yes.
When's your next day off?
Friday.
Oh, okay. So you got a couple more days. So you got 10 days.
Get a nice
10 straight days.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm all out of questions for you. Do you have any statements you want to make?
Just that we got to take care of each other. You know, not just veterans, but humans in general. There's so much hate and divisiveness in this world, you know. And I see it, so many gaps in care and families ripped apart by the most mundane things. So
yeah, when you come down to it, a lot of problems could be solved just by communication.
Yes.
And communication doesn't mean yelling. It means actually talking and actively listening. And that's where a lot of people fail at because they don't know the difference between listening and actively listening. And you have to be an active listener to understand the situation. And in an argument, not one person's right, the other person is wrong most of the time. Sometimes they are. It's just that you're not actually listening to what that person is saying.
Yeah. You have to be able to set your own goals and ego aside and really try to understand where the other person is coming from. We're all every day it's easy to be mean. It's harder to be kind. And be kind
Yes.
because you don't know what battles the people around you are facing or fighting.
Yep. Hey, D-Rod's in the house. How are you, D-Rod? I got you in for your point for tonight.
Yeah, so we're also collecting points for the
giveaway, the big giveaway in November.
Yes. Anything I could do to help that out?
As far as what? Get more points? Could have came to the meet and greets and the Moto meetup. Could have got 3 extra points.
Yeah. No, I couldn't make it.
Yeah. I'll be giving points out at Mobbin too.
I'll be there.
So you'll get an extra point there.
There you go.
Because I know you'll be interested either in the Sawicki pipe or the suspension technology suspension, even though you already have that. But
I'm interested in supporting my friend.
Yes. So now that we're talking about that, just want to bring this up as a quick caveat. If you're a member of this channel at the nurse level or higher, which is only $5.99 a month, you will be, and if you're active in the side chats for Wednesday night lives and the Saturdays members only lives, that you will be entered in, get 1 entry for every live you're in as a nurse level, and as a doctor level, you get 2 entries, which is $8.99 a month. And just after Thanksgiving, that Saturday after Thanksgiving, we're going to put everybody's name in there with how many entries they have. So let's say CELTFIRE might have 100 entries by that time. And we're going to put it in. We're going to shuffle all the names around. And we're going to pick a winner. And that winner is going to either pick complete front and rear suspension technologies or any of the Sawicki Speed exhaust, which all will be purchased from me, which the membership money you pay monthly, that's what's paying for this and some of my money. And it gets directly shipped to you from Rolling Throttle. So, and you have to be a member for a minimum of 6 months. So May will be the cutoff at the end of May. But if you don't want to be a member and you still want to get in on it, you can. If you want to, for 5 entries, it'll cost you $100 and you'll get 5 entries and you'll be put into the drawing. And if there are non-members into the drawing, then I will do it on a regular live and not just a members only live. So, hey, rolling with Bone, how you doing, man?
So it makes better financial success to just become a member of your channel.
Bingo. And there's a lot of benefits of being the members. We've got the members only lives, plus you have access to every video. As soon as they get uploaded, you have access to them. There are some members only videos. I put up a members only video yesterday, and Daytona's video was uploaded yesterday, which will be available to the public on Sunday at 7:15. But if you're a channel member at any level, you have access to that right away.
And those members only videos are very informative.
Oh, yeah. We usually work in the shop when it's not too cold or if there's work to be done. And it's live and as it happens. Wow. Guns and Baggers for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Zach Wade got a membership. Tommy Ryder's got a membership. Let's see. Salty Badger and Sick Bastard. Nice. Thank you very much. Yeah, Daytona was a blur. Yeah, Daytona was a great time. I'm going to cover that in a few minutes because I know MC Crimson Glide couldn't make it. For members only at Mobbin, so you better join. Yeah. But so, I mean, think about it. Even at, let's say you joined in January, right? It's 11 months at $8.99 a month. That's still a lot cheaper than buying the exhaust or the complete front and rear suspension. Right. Hey, Texas Rider, how are you? Good evening. Good to see you.
Texas Rider, hello.
It's always, there's a benefit of being a member of the Dr. Harley channel because I always give out, I mean, God, how many members only giveaways have I done? I think 3. You know, I gave away 3 things to members only, and which are good products. Let's see. We gave out that air pump jump pack combo. What else did I give away? I can't remember all the giveaways, but man, this is going to be a good giveaway. Like I said, a Sawicki Speed pipe, which I could tell you is right around $1,700, $1,800, depending on which one you select. It's a stainless steel 2-in-1. I just had one put on my Road Glide, and I'm madly in love with it. Or a 4 cartridge and rear shocks, Black Hills edition, which is roughly about $1,800 for your touring motorcycle. So, I mean, it's worth it in the long run, especially if you win. You know. So I'm going to get into the Daytona portion of this live because a lot of people have been asking. Daytona was amazing. It was a great time. As previously mentioned, we stopped and had dinner with Fat Glide and CELTFIRE. We did have a hiccup along the way. We ran over an aluminum ladder with the RV. Luckily, the only damage that happened to the RV was to the tailpipe. And we didn't have all the tools. And we were right there on what I think it's 295, the loop there.
Yes.
And we went to a, so immediately we were like, let's get off the highway. We got the ladder out. Let's get off the highway, get to a truck stop, get somewhere, and let's assess and deal with this.
Were you dragging the ladder?
No, we pulled over the side of the highway, and I pulled the ladder out from underneath and threw it in the grass.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it squashed the tailpipe and pushed it towards the tire. Big Mike and I were able to grab a cargo a ratchet strap. We were able to pull it away from the tire. And then I got on the phone with Fat Glide and says, "Hey, do you have pry bars? Because this is where we're going, and we need some pry bars to open this up because, it was creating so much back pressure that the RV won't run right, and we don't want to do any motor damage to the RV or anything like that."
Right.
And Jay, who was with us, went over into the truck stop and found this bar, this big heavy steel bar that we were able to open up the tailpipe with. So I called Tom back and I canceled him, but he was so willing to get out of bed and help us, which was amazing.
We had just gone to sleep. Yep. And,
which was amazing that he was able to do that. And, much love, respect to Tom and you, CELTFIRE, for letting him leave to help us out.
Oh, he came back to the bedroom. I said, "You came back so fast. Are you not going?" He said, "No, they figured it out without me." Yep,
we were able to get her done.
Yeah.
Once we got that fixed, we rolled on through, and we actually checked into the Cackleberry campground Thursday right around 5:00 instead of Friday morning. So we got everything all unpacked. We got the campsite all set up, and we went down to the grounds to go get something to eat. Well, nothing was open yet because the rally didn't start till Friday.
That's not bad getting there a day early. We have like we do with our RV.
Yep. I took off and went over to OF Performance because Tweedle and Drew were there working on Jake's bike. So I said, I'll go hang out. And I was a little stressed and angry, and I needed some 2-wheel therapy, which I was able to get. And, hung out there, and we got Chinese food that night, which was good. And left there, went back, and then Friday started the rally. And Friday just went around, got the lay of the land of who was where at destination. Spent some money out there, ordered some Lindell brake rotors, which will be delivered here on Saturday, which I'm excited about for my Road Glide. And, hung out with Steve from Sick Baggers. He was there, and Alan and Jessica and Ty. So that was a good time. Saturday, I had my meet and greet at Advan Black. That went very well. I was there with Steve with Sick Baggers and speaking of Steve, Steve will be my special guest here on the 26th, 2 weeks from tonight. He'll be a special guest on the hot seat. I'll be asking him the tough questions. We're going to find out all about Steve. No holes barred. The secret's all behind Sick Baggers and Steve, which would be a great time.
Easy on me tonight, huh?
Yeah, well, because this is something important, and Steve is Sick Baggers, and we want to know more about Steve, get to know him a little bit better. So it's going to be a good time. We'll find out the truth behind him. But he's such a humble and gracious person. We spoke yesterday on the phone for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and doing the whole thing. Saturday night, we hung out with RV Biker, which was awesome. It was good to see him down there and hang out with him. That was awesome. Yep. It was a good time. So that was Saturday night. Sunday, I don't remember what I did on Sunday. Oh, we went to the lot where they were doing the warm-ups for the Monday for the Performance Hangover show. Some real hooligan riding, having a good time. That was a lot of fun watching everybody. Hello, Mary. Good to see you. Mary came to the meet and greet with my wife, which was awesome to have my wife there. Monday, I was laid up sick. It took a lot of convincing from Big Mike for me not to ride, because I was like, how I'm riding. And then he's like, dude, you don't look good. You're not walking good. You don't need to be riding. Stay here. It's not that big of a deal. And he was right. So I was laid up Monday. Tuesday, I went to OF. We got my Thundermax tuner installed and my Sawiki Speed pipe installed, which was awesome. Also Sunday, I got my Shark Demon headlight installed on the Road Glide. One yellow, one clear. That was a whole fiasco there. But we got it done. Our Custom Dynamics got it done. And thank you to them very much. Keith, the manager over there, worked very hard and got it done. Tweet almost got kidnapped. So I didn't do much on Wednesday. Thursday, I was at the Raceway. And then when I left the Raceway, I was going to head over to Iron Horse and all that. And I was like, oh, OF Performance is around the corner. I'll just stop in and say hi. Well, you just can't stop in over there and say hi. It took a while. But we got it taken care of. Yes, the Shark Demons do make a world of difference. I do like them. They're nice and bright. A lot brighter than the Double X. I was surprised. Because the Double X was pretty bright too. Which I really like. What was the hang up on the lights? Well, it was a combination of problems. Problem was, one was the bracket wasn't made properly, the main bracket, which was some of the problem. The other problem was the wiring from the amplifier from Sounds Digital. Is just so much of it that they actually brought somebody over from Sounds to help them to get it done. So between Sounds and Custom Dynamics, they got it done. And those guys know their product better than me. So I'm not ashamed when I sat there and I called and spent all of President's Day on the phone and emails with Custom Dynamics going, your product doesn't fit. Well, it does, but that particular box didn't, because there was an issue with the mount and the wiring from Sounds. So they figured it out, got it done, and thank you to Sounds and Custom Dynamics for figuring it out. So I never made it over to Iron Horse or any of those other places there on Route 1. Kind of bummed about it. Friday night was Drifter Drags, which was a great time. Had a lot of fun there, hanging out with everybody, watching the Drifter Drags, doing straight up hooligan riding, which was on a closed course by professionals. It literally was a closed course. And these guys literally are professionals. So, boom, it was a great time. I highly recommend it. If you didn't get a chance to see it this year, you definitely want to see it next year.
Yeah, we joined by internet.
Yeah, there had to be at least 2,000 people there
Yeah.
watching, plus the stunt riders. Yeah, Rolling
Those
Throttle
guys
Life
were great.
had it live streaming on their channel.
Yep,
Yep, which was
we were
awesome.
there.
Yeah. And then on Saturday, I had my meet and greet at Suspension Technologies from 12 to 3. And I was there from like 11:30 till about 3:30. And then after I left there, made way back to the Cackleberry. We loaded up the bikes in the RV, started packing things up that we weren't using or weren't planning on using. Finished up all the wood that we had for the fire. And we left Sunday morning at 4 a.m. And I got back Monday morning at 9. I got home by 8:30, 8:45 in the morning. So it was a great event. It was a lot of fun. It was always great traveling with Big Mike 135, with Jay and Bill. It was a good time with those guys too. And of course, always good to see Tom and Stacy, Mary. As always, when I go down to Daytona, I see Mary, but it was a blessing to have my wife there with Mary. Yeah. So that's the update from Daytona. The video will be out Sunday at 7:15. There will be some of the drifter drags in there. There's still some of the warm-ups that happened on Sunday. There's some product reviews I did on a Daytona helmet, which I ended up buying one. It was a modular. It's awesome. I like it. I'm going to be doing a full review video, and I'm going to try and get those guys on next week as a special guest. So we'll see how that works out. So, and that's all I got. You know, it was a great time. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. I've been off of work Monday, Tuesday, and today. I go back tomorrow, which I needed these days to recover myself and unpack the bikes or the bike and do laundry.
The important stuff.
Yeah. So with that being said, now there's Spooky trying to climb the cabinets again. With that being said, this is CELTFIRE. Why don't you give us your final thoughts?
Oh, just remember that every little bit helps with when we're talking about suicide, and especially with veterans who are disproportionately affected by suicide. This month is Suicide Prevention Month, so we're shining the spotlight on things that need our attention. And thank you so much, Doc, and your channel for helping me help raise money for a worthwhile and worthy organization.
Awesome. Could have said it better myself, and it's always my pleasure to help out my friends and family, and especially my fellow veterans. Everything I could do. There's the link again, guys. If you want to donate, if you can donate, it'd be great. Thank you for coming on and donating your time tonight. We've been at 1 hour and 23 minutes already. It's been awesome having you on and seeing your pretty face. Much love, respect to you and Tom. Can't wait to see you guys at Mob in the Mountains. All right, everybody. And that's it. Next week, hopefully, I'll have Daytona helmets on. If not, definitely the week after, we will have Steve from Sick Baggers, but there will be a live next week. There is a members only live. That's for the nurse level or higher. That happens Saturday at 6 p.m. here in the Dr. Harley channel. You don't want to miss out on that. So if you're not a member and you want to check it out, join, get those points, become a member. We'll get you in here and done. All right, everybody. Until the next time, I want you to live the best life you can. Ride often, and as always, ride hard.